use the internal 30mm cannon. You will start the lesson in active pause mode. Under the forward fuselage of the Su-25T is a twin-barrel GISH 20 30mm cannon with a 200-round magazine. The 30mm cannon round is armor-piercing, high-explosive, but is best against light armor and unarmored targets. The rounds include a tracer that you can use to better judge where the rounds are impacting. The firing rate is 3,000 rounds per minute with a muzzle velocity of 870 meters per second. You can turn on the cockpit lighting by pressing L. Press the spacebar to continue. Go ahead and enable air-to-ground mode by pressing 7. To select the cannon as the active weapon, press C. With the cannon selected, take a look at the weapon status panel. In the bottom right corner is the indication for cannon rounds remaining. The K indicates a full magazine, and there are indications for half and 1/4. In the top right corner of the panel is the weapon type indicator that shows the cannon is selected. Press the spacebar to unpause the lesson and fly through all the gates ahead. Given that it's pretty dark out, you want to keep a close eye on your instruments and your radar altimeter on the HUD. We'll be flying pretty low, so make sure you don't get below the route altitudes. As before, fly through all the gates ahead, and we'll talk more about the gun as we get closer to the target. Watch your altitude at the next gate. It's a low one. On the HUD, you'll note that gun is displayed in the bottom left corner, indicating its selection. In the lower right corner of the HUD is a box that indicates the remaining ammunition in quarters, 4 being full and 1 being 1/4 full. Along the left side of the HUD is the maximum and minimum range bars, just like we saw with rockets. When the range carries between the two bars, the cannon is within range of the point beneath the aiming reticle on the HUD. When in range, the LA indication will be displayed.
105 marshal ППМ-2 на 3500.
We'll now start a dive on the target that consists of a couple trucks marked with red smoke. To help aid you seeing them, some illumination flares will be dropped over the target area. Continue flying through the gates to line up with the target. Watch your airspeed. Fly to place the aiming reticle over the target. Press the spacebar when you get the LD cue. Good hits on target. You can end the lesson now by pressing the escape key, or practice on the remaining targets marked with green smoke before the illumination flare stop.
And I will continue practicing with the rest of the vehicles that are left, scrapping out the vehicles. And yeah, I got a little bit lower to the ground than I should have back there, a little bit too squirrely. Again, this is not a tutorial on how to do attack runs. This is just a video of me going through the tutorials in the Su-25T, or the Su-25T training lessons, and myself learning from trial and error how to do these tasks that WAGS has given us to do. And as you saw, or you may not have saw, the trucks are very difficult to see in this mission. And what I'm really looking for is the trucks have a layer of snow on the top of them, and the flares are high enough that the snow reflects the light off the flares. See, I'm closing in on one right now.
Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор.
So this mission is very, very difficult. You can see the flares of the light reflecting off my PDOC tubes. And I just heard that truck explode. Which, I don't know if that's really realistic, but at least it gives you an indication whether you hit something or not. Because doing a tight ground attack mission like this one, where I'm really not probably egressing out as far as I should, and then coming back around to look back behind me, in track IR, easy to do. In virtual reality, forget it. The way the pipper on this Su-25T lines up with the navigation marks, and there's a couple of the flares, very okay, cool. And as you see, the flares are reflecting off of my aircraft. Wow, that's pretty cool. Of course, there goes my night vision. And in virtual reality with HTC Vive and being dark inside here, you really do lose your night vision when you do something like I just did. Another thing you may have noticed, I've edited this mission. First off, the way the mission was, there was just no light on the targets on the first run-in. And as you saw, there was very, very little light on the first run in. But I got it where I had sunlight on the first run in. And another edit I did was the text. Mr. Wagner's training text. It stays up, and I edited so the text would go away immediately, or just maybe 1 or 2 seconds after he was finished talking, because that text is bright, and it really takes away your night vision. And in VR, you got to have it. Got to have it.
Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Переведи в
I was long on
набор.
that one. Too long on that one. So I have still 3/4. So if I can remember to, I'll be sure and save this mission so I don't lose it on the next DCS World update. And when I post this video, I will post a link to this mission for those who would like to fly this mission. And it took a while of trial and error to do the editing. So you will have that available to you. And this is a good platform, especially for a beginner and a rookie like me, to learn how to do ground attacks at night in very poor lighting conditions. Let's concentrate on my task at hand now. Okay, there's the target I'm going to go for. Off to the side. Okay, I'm within range, and I'll try walking it up slowly.
Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор.
There we go. Finally got it. I also edited the flare mule aircraft, so that instead of making random passes, it makes 4 passes. It has 4, I don't know what you call them, cluster bombs of flares. And it makes 4 passes in the same direction down the valley, in the opposite direction that I came in on each pass. And that gives you enough illumination time that you can come around and do these additional passes. Down to half my ammo. And there is my flare mule up there. I'll say one thing, the flare mule, yeah, well, it was it there. Let's take this one out. There's some of the flares. Oh, what do you know? I did hit that one. Still got about half my ammunition left. The night sky with the very break of dawn, with the red over to the east in DCS World, in this is just incredible. There's you just don't see like oversized. The stars are not oversized. They're bright. They kind of twinkle a little bit. It's just beautiful. But I do believe the mountains probably have too much light on them because it's, well, maybe not. It's not a full moon. Now, as you can see, the flares have got the area locked up, lit up pretty well. That actually makes it harder to find the trucks. Okay, I see one.
Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. Right through that group of flares. Wow. Hope I didn't ingest any of them. Good EGT. Good RPMs. Okay, I'm down to a quarter of my ammunition. There again, if I were doing these ground attacks on targets that were shooting back at me, probably been shot down by now. Okay, I do not see. I see one target there. Very difficult to see.
Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор.